What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today doing our second VOD review of the patch, and of course it has to be a Wasianiverson VOD review, not only because he's sitting at about 1600 LP, very, very, very high on the ladder there, but mostly because he played a comp that I wanted to talk about. He also showed off a really, really, really cool tech this game, and even as early as 1-3, opts to take the Shadow Clone onto the Kale, which... I mean, when I was watching this game initially, and I've only watched, the first beginning part of this game, but I didn't actually think much of it. We took Shadow Clone on Kale, whatever. I mean, that's probably a throwaway power-up. I think a lot of people would just be like, okay, I'll sell the Kale here. But not Wasianiverson, and for a very good reason, as we will look at in just a moment here, because we get the rest of our loot here. We have this early Zac 2, and we see Cooking Pot, and this instantaneously, everything rolled and Cooking Pot taken. And there's a reason why. Because we took Shadow Clone, we now have 2 frying pans that cook this unit. That is how the interaction between Cooking Pot and Shadow Clone works. If you have Shadow Clone and you have a unit that you can buff up with Cooking Pot, you can put both of them next to them and you can get double the HP. This is a kind of crazy tech that I think really... I mean, I don't think has been as widely distributed. I don't think this is a tech that everybody knows about. So there you go. Here's your free tech of this game, the Shadow Clone. You can see both of them onto the Zac here. But the other question is, what are we actually playing here? What are we going to do with a giant Zac? Are we going to go some kind of weird Kale reroll comp? And no, you can literally see actually he already. I'm gonna have to jump back 30 seconds. You can literally see already he is team plannering out the comp that he wants to go for here, which is vertical heavyweights. Now, heavyweights got buffed, and yeah, he literally just already has it in team planner. 6 heavyweights, and then throw some more wraiths onto that board. But ideally, it's 6 heavyweights. Malzahar, this patch, not only did heavyweights get buffed, so at 6 heavyweights, they went from 60% HP to 65% HP, so decent buff on there. But Malzahar also got a buff onto his mana, went from 35 max mana to 30 max mana. So both pieces of this comp got buffed, which means in a patch where a lot of other stuff, got nerfed. Yuumi got nerfed. I mean, okay, I'm not going to say everything that got nerfed, but a lot of stuff got nerfed. And this got buffed. So when such a thing happens, usually, it's an indicator that the comp might be good. And it's just so satisfying. We are going to Lost Streak, obviously, early game, and just feed all of the HP in the world to this Zac. It's going to be kind of interesting because we are pretty high on the amount of Zacs, but I don't think we can really... I doubt this is going to be like a 3-1 roll down for more Zacs. This is more of a level 7 reroll comp. You go for Malz 3, you go for your other heavyweights at 3 stars, your Darius and your Jace. And so that's normally what you're looking for. One thing I'm curious about is item selection here, what he actually wants to take, because he has the world's his oyster here. Opts to take the belts here, so does want to just, guarantee that he can get to heavyweight emblem. Makes enough sense. He doesn't want to be, accidentally, we don't get heavyweight emblem and then our life sucks. Yeah, fair enough here. Scouting the rest of the lobby, seeing, is someone else playing heavyweights? Because it could happen that someone else contests us, would be annoying, but hopefully not. And I wonder if part of the reason why Wasianiverson slams this heavyweight emblem is just to say, hey, me, I'm playing heavyweights, don't contest me, which it's not a bad strategy to guarantee that you don't get contested. But yeah, the next kind of big question is, when do you take off of Shadow Clone? Because, every round you are getting a ton of extra HP. It's as if you have, 2 spats, which it's huge here. But you do eventually, I think, have to get off this Shadow Clone, just because you are going to end up in a world where, having 2 Kales is really not what you want for your board. But that's our 6th Zac. Yeah, I do still think it's going to be a roll on 7 and just hope that we find Zac 3 on 7, but I'm curious to see. And the other thing I am curious to see is what the setup ends up being onto our Malzahar. The stats, if you check them, say you throw utility items onto Malzahar. It says Void Staff Morello is BIS Malzahar, which seems odd. Archangel's got a pretty significant nerf in comps like this here. So yeah, I want to see what we end up making on Malzahar. I think we've done enough Wasianiverson VOD reviews to kind of expect that he is probably going to end up just building whatever he gets, slamming good items, playing good TFT, but we will see, I guess. But yeah, gonna continue to chill here, get all of these extra stacks onto the Zac. It's fantastic that we are this far on the Zac stacks. I mean, I think if you didn't see a Zac, you could do kind of a similar thing with like a Darius or a Jace off of an orb. But the Zac is actually very nice because he is kind of like the pure tank kind of in the comp, whereas Jace and Darius are more like damage tanks. And the other piece of it is just, I mean, you can get him in very, very early here. So yeah, I mean, you could even go Kobuko style stuff, but I don't know. I mean, so we have JGGS here. If we want to make, we're Wasianiverson in the tank here, trying to figure out what he actually wants to make item-wise here. Because yeah, I mean, I'm looking at something like a JGGS. You're not going to have a lot of Prodigy in this setup because obviously you're so far invested into 6 heavyweight. So I do feel like you probably do want some kind of mana item. So Wasian's just going to chill here. Not going to slam anything yet because, I mean, why do we need to? You could go Gunblade, though I doubt Gunblade's very good in a comp like this with a lot of extra HP. Sunfire, know your enemy, backup dancers. Is it ever backup dancers? You're playing for long fights. The attack speed onto your heavyweights doesn't even seem that bad. I mean, you could take Sunfire and guarantee that you have heal cut, though. I think Morello onto Mal seems so good because he spreads it so nicely and then reapplies it. So, we'll see. I don't know. I would look at backup dancers here, but I am curious what Wasianiverson wants to go for in this setup here. Rolls that. Okay, so he was looking at Sunfire board here, and then looks like he is looking at, I mean, Water Lotus sounds good, but okay, yeah, we are going to take just the full-on Sunfire board here, so not really worried too much about, I mean, to be fair, like I said, Morello is good on Mal's. The downside is we kind of have to make JG, and then how are we getting to Morello? So that's what Wasianiverson is thinking, is that after this JG slam, especially if we do also make something out of this bow that's not, you know, a red buff, then it's going to be quite hard to get there. So makes sense. Do pick up. He's got Lulu in his team planner. I mean, you can. Is it going to be a heavyweight Ramus here? I mean, you can certainly go for that, though. He might. I mean, if you don't go for heavyweight Ramus, I don't actually know what you would put the heavyweight emblem onto. So I imagine that is what you want to go for here, but he opts to not play it this round, and he is playing 5 heavyweight, so I feel like if we wanted to play heavyweight Ramus, we would be playing it right now. So looks like we are going to skip on that then, and yeah, just skip on the Lulu completely. And the idea is, I mean, he threw Cassante into planner, so I guess that's his idea of the heavyweight holder, so yeah. I mean, will it be tier here to just finish item? Ooh, can't be picked up here. Little dicey. I mean, yuck, Mal's the sword here. I mean, it's nowhere near a Malzahar item, but you do have a lot of these, you know, bruisery tanks, the Jace, the Darius. So I guess it's not the end of the world, but it is kind of scary, I would say. But okay, we have decided it is this far, and we are going to look out. Oh, we're looking for all-out Cassante, huh? Yeah, all-out heavyweight Cassante is the idea. We're gonna make BT on him as well, just get some healing down on him, and this is our setup. Oh, wait, this is also, I mean, this is super woke, though. I think we accidentally gave our heavyweight HP to Malzahar here, which is a little bit sad, but interesting. I mean, Cassante, yeah, that is going, yeah, and he tries to move it. It doesn't work like that, sadly, and now he's gonna move it down there. Keen Eye, just for the MR shred. I mean, they actually buffed this. This is patch as well, so 45%. I guess not MR shred, but MR ignorance, if that's a word. So makes sense. I mean, this works, right? You get to play. The only kind of sad part is you're going to be 3 Wraith the whole game until you get to push level 8, and then hopefully we can be 4 Wraith, and you can just play Kale for a little while, eventually like Varus and stuff like that, I would imagine. But I mean, you must be playing 6 heavyweight on level up, right? We're not going to invest this far into heavyweight and not go for it. I mean, we're pretty low, to be fair. Obviously, the Shadow Clone setup did... Oh, he's off to the right side. Yeah, I was wondering. It looked kind of equidistant there, and it did go into the Malzahar. I think it was 50-50 if it went onto Malzahar or into the Zac there, which is hilarious. But yeah, well, we are quite low, but I mean, we sacked a lot of early rounds to get everything right here. Void Staff, Shojin gonna be the slams here, and Sterax here. We find 6 heavyweight. We also find Malzahar, 2 big hits here. Gonna look for a better power up. Essence share is what it's gonna end up being. I mean, I guess Essence share might not even be the worst. Just get the rest of your board casting. I mean, it doesn't sound great to me, honestly, but we'll see here. And yeah, I mean, Malzahar does just stuff like Void Staff so good onto him just because he hits so many units and he's constantly reapplying it. So, I mean, I think a build like this looks pretty good. And I do think if you can find a Morello, he is great to put that onto and then kind of like duo carry these other guys. Well, not Bronze for life. I doubt it's Moonlight. I mean, Trifecta sounds great, right? You're playing 3/3 cost, so kind of has to be that, I feel. The darkness within. Yeah, probably not. And we actually get a Malzahar out of it. Nice. And we are also one off of the Zachary 3. And we do hit it here. That's actually really, really nice because we need it. And we actually, wow. What? What was that? Was he rolling on the wave, man? Like, why did he roll so? I mean, he ends up getting rewarded. He finds Cassante too on level 7. How? I mean, I don't believe in the wave. I don't believe in the wave. The wave is not real. You can't tell me that the wave is real. But he really looked like he was rolling on the wave there, and he did hit Cassante 2 on 7. But okay. In any case, now our board's pretty strong. Opts did not actually hold the extra Jaces, I think, because, well, I mean, there's a very good chance we actually don't hit Jace 3 Darius 3 this game, and we just find Mouse 3 and get out. You can definitely go for Jace 3 Darius 3 in this comp, so, you know, don't have your main takeaway from this VOD be you should always play for Zach Tank and hit, you know, Cassante 2 on 7, though. That is a good, if you could always hit Cassante 2 on 7, I think you'd be pretty happy with it. But I mean, at the state that we're at with 6 Mouses and only 3 of the other 3-cost heavyweights, it does make a lot of sense to just skip it and say, okay, we are just going to play. And I mean, we're also dual carrying the Cassante here with the heavyweight emblem. Obviously, if you don't have heavyweight emblem, you can just straight up play this comp, six heavyweight plus Malzahar without heavyweight emblem. But, you know, getting a giant Zac and also having this all-out Cassante, which did get buffed as well this patch. So that's another nice thing. Seems pretty good. Looking like Rod taking, I mean, we just want to itemize Zac at this point, right? We our Zac 3 with a trillion HP in it is going to be a lot better than you know, a Darius 2 or a Jace 2. Honestly, we have 3 units on our board, the 3 units with items on them, and everybody else is a trait bot right now. Like, nobody else is really going to do anything this game. So we just need to invest in these units. And, you know, maybe years down the line, we end up finding, you know, like a TG and we throw it onto Darius or something like that. But honestly, still, meh, I don't think it's that great. But you can see the power in this board, right? The heavyweights buy a ton of time. The all Cassante is looking great as well, actually. And then the Mouse just slowly burns down the entire board. Like I said, stuff like any kind of utility item on him is great because it does allow him, like, he's so good at just, you know, spreading it and then reapplying it. Any kind of damage over time, you know, like this, especially when like Mouse who's hitting, you know, eventually, you know, spreading his target, like he'll poison somebody, then they'll die and he'll spread to another target. Like it's just so nice. So yeah, the board looking good though. 5 streak here in a spot where, I mean, the Cassante 2 is obviously huge, but we're not even Malzahar 3 yet, so that is going to be our real spike here, though. Obviously, the Zac 3 was a big spike here. Golden Gloves, Kobuko. This guy looks like he might be going 8th, though, playing Golden Gloves, Kobuko. I have not seen that augment perform super well yet, but I mean, hey, maybe this is the game. Maybe they turn around. I mean, Gargoyles plus, like, Redemption sounds very nice here. Do think we should just roll to probably like 40-ish, and then if you see a Malzahar, you could roll deeper. Yeah, I'm not holding any of these other guys. And yeah, just rolling to 40 and not rolling deeper. Warmox Gargoyle. I mean, you could go something like Bramble. Oh, what is this? Bramble Evans Shroud. Oh, okay. I mean, a decent amount of damage coming out from this Cassante. Okay, yeah, I could see it. Oh, we are getting sniped by Ari there with the sniper. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Cassante dealt most damage on our team. Okay, so cool idea to go for Even Shroud there, actually. Very cool. All right, another Mouse here, so I think we should roll a 40 probably every round here, and wow, it's just that easy. We hit it. And he is even, yeah, just going to level this round for the 4 Wraithen, because might as well. I mean, this is a bit of a high roll game, but I mean, you guys love it when I VOD review high roll games, right? He once again put the Cassante equidistant from the Mouse and the Zac. I mean, it's hard to full swap, and I mean, at this point in the game, it is higher priority just to get your swap off. And also, I mean, I would say really good call out from Wasianiverson to go for the Sunfire board this game, because we wouldn't have hit Heal Cut if we had taken it. And also, I do think there is some kind of upside to, you know, Sunfire boarding the enemy backline. That was me getting invited to a game, not you. Sorry. Declaw gonna finish the items here, and then Evan Shroud can just move over to something. And he's also gonna move power up at this point. I guess it's just Keen Eye again. Yeah, I've thought about Killer Instinct before on this Malzahar unit, but I don't think it actually like really increases your DPS that much. Ideally, you just kill everybody at the same time, right? So you don't actually... I mean, the upside to sniping units is that you kill them, and then killing units makes units die faster, which makes them stop doing damage. Also, the power of Malzahar, man, that fight was so sick. I guess we can just go for another Poppy item, but there's not really much here. Yeah, we should kind of in the tank here. I mean, you could almost move Void Staff, but I don't really want... I mean, maybe that's what we're going to do here. It's so yucky. Yeah, we're going to move Void Staff over to Kale here and put her next to Malzahar here. It just sucks because he's such a good applier of it, but I mean, he is our main carry, so we do kind of have to move items over, especially when you have this many, you know, damage items, and we can't itemize the Darius and the Jace just because they are, you know, going to be stuck at 2-star the entire game. So, yeah. Win another fight, though. 9 streak for this just giant board. I mean, we haven't done an HP check on Zach in a little while, but I mean, look at the number of little bars he's got there. This is the world's biggest Zach. He's an absolute monster. And yeah, top 3 locked in. That guy just FF'd. Yeah, he is looking at Mal's itemization. I mean, yeah, the stats like blue buff, death cap. So yeah, I mean, it's a little hard to get to blue buff, I would say, but I mean, yeah, the stats do enjoy it. He could have made blue this game, but opted to go for the void staff just because I think he wanted to guarantee those you know, he didn't want to end up in a spot where, you know, if you make blue buff and the rest of your items end up looking really bad. So yeah, makes sense. Rotating into another reroll board. Actually, I think every comp in the top 4 is reroll, right? It's Viego reroll, it's Kaisa reroll, and it's Mal's reroll. I think we might be gearing in for a reroll patch, guys, which, I mean, to be honest, I tend to not like reroll patches that much. Oh, we finally did get a TG, which I mean, I guess it's going on Darius, yeah. But I mean, there's these comps, there's the Zyra Khan comp, there's, you know, that new 1-cost reroll comp, but there's also just, you know, normal crew reroll, there's like luck stuff. I mean, to be fair, they did just like try to add a bunch of reroll comps to the game with these new power-ups. So if, you know, any number of them hit, then it is just gonna be a reroll meta to some degree, but I hope it's not too hard of a reroll meta. In any case, level up here, going to try to cap out the board. We do find a Veyrus, and we are just going to get 2 Prodigy in. Ezreal too, huge here. A little bit depressing, honestly, the setup, but I mean, it's something. It's 2 Prodigy from Malzahar. I have seen worse. Oh, I mean, is this as bad as it looks? I mean, our Even Shroud is on the correct side. The problem is oh my god, our Cassandra get targeted so fast. Though Mal's, he's burning, he's ticking down. Nice. The problem is HP, right? Milo and VCLF are both like 50 HP. They are like 4 lives, maybe 3 lives on a good day, and we are 1 life. He's going to move power up 1 more time. He's going to pick up Mage. I think Mage is pretty good onto Mal's, just because of the fact that he can kind of like spread his poison faster. I mean, at the end of the day, if you are trying to kill the entire board, then it is damage. So I think it's fine. All right, here is a swap again. The only thing is this Rammus is taunting everybody, and he's really zoomed in on the Rammus actually. Oh, our Malz gets taunted there, and I mean, it was never gonna be better than a third this game because of the lobby HP, but still showing off a really cool line for and yeah, he has JG on Malz here, and that's the rest of his filters, interestingly enough. But yeah, showing off a really, really cool line and that really cool Shadow clone tech, which is kind of broken. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Metafy. All my links down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.